Yesterday, I had one of the best poker sessions of my life, so of course I had to come back to the Venetian in Las Vegas for round 2. There's plenty of crazy all-ins once again at the Absolute Nuts private game, and this session is no different. Also, you'll definitely want to stick around until the end as I attempt to pull off one of the craziest bluffs ever in a $2,000 pot. Let's get right into the action. We're in for $3,000 this time, but the game is still just 5-5. But as you guys saw in the last video, it doesn't play like a 5-5 game. It plays more like a 5-10, 20 game, especially when people are raising it up to $30 over just the blinds. I decided to 3-bet it up to $150 now with the second best hand in poker, the Cowboys. And immediately we get 4-bet by Poker Llama from the low jack, who puts in $450. The action folds back around to me. I don't think about it for too long before jamming all in, covering him around $905 to go.
I'm gonna play for Todos. Okay. Buenos noches. Right.
When I call off the jam, the pot has ballooned up to over $1,800 in the first notable hand of the night. Obviously, I have pocket kings, and he says that he has pocket queens, so a dream spot for me here. We're gonna run this 2 times. The first board is good for us. The second board comes clean as well, and David turns over my other king, exposing it to the table and letting everybody know that I am taking down this massive pot straight out of the gate. We're up nearly $1,000.
You would have got that shit?
Wow.
Thank you for folding. Thank you so much.
Of course we get stacked.
Had ace 10. I would scoop everything.
Oh my god. Why you play queens, bro?
All right, in the next hand, I open it up to $30 with King Jack of Spades. Coin calls out of the blinds, as well as the dude to my right who lives in Michigan. We probably run in the same circles whenever I go to Michigan. Now we're battling it on the Vegas Felt, and this is gonna be a great flop for me. King Jack 8 with 2 hearts, I fire out for $50, and coin calls. We lose seat number 1. The turn pairs the 8, and the action goes check, check. I decided to check back here on the turn because it's likely that he's going to have more 8s than I will out of the blinds, and I also could face some nasty check raises with some queen 10 holdings, some heart draws, and I'm not really trying to bloat the pot here. I want to see a safe river card and then go from there. But when the river comes to 7 of hearts, I'm obviously going to snap calls $130 lead here, and unfortunately we had him absolutely crushed and just got scare cards on the turn and the river in order to not put any more money in the middle. But king queen of diamonds, what a premium there. What a flop for me, and it feels like I'm kind of winning the minimum here with $460 coming my way. All right, something interesting to point out is that we're playing the small blind game, which means when the button goes around, you have to put $20 on it if you're on the button, and only the person in the small blind can win it. So when Romulo opens it up for $40, I look down at king 5 of diamonds from the small blind, which is normally a pretty trash hand, but with like $300 sitting there on the button, I definitely have to fight for it. I check it over to Romulo, and he continuation bets for $70, and 9 times out of 10, the hand is just going to be dead right here. But with that extra incentive on the button, I have an overcard to the jack. I also have a backdoor straight draw. I'm a little bit ambitious thinking here, but I decided to put in the call. I also could go for the raise if I'm trying to continue and try to represent a set or 2 pairs, but I think he's going to call me off here with all of his pocket pairs, and for that reason, I just put in the call and see if I can pick up a good turn card, which I do. It comes the 3 of clubs. I check it over to Romulo, hoping he'll slow down, and I'll just bank the river with a king, a 6, or an ace. But he doesn't slow down. He bets 240, and I don't think I can go anywhere because I picked up way more outs on the turn now.
Romulo. Pick a number 1 through 10.
I love it. Okay.
7.
I
know you like it.
We're gonna have to bank on the river now, and we don't. It comes to the 3 of diamonds. I think about it for a really long time here before checking it over to Romulo. What I was thinking about is whether or not I could represent this 3, or if he's just gonna snap call me with a hand like 6s or 7s and make me look like a complete idiot. I decided to check it over to him after a little bit of thought, and we get into a little bit of speech play.
Do you have any showdown value, or do you have to bluff here? You have 10-9?
That's the thing. Now is the time
that I can invest in content or not? Do you want me to invest in content or not?
What does that mean?
Do you want me to invest?
Are you filming
in
right now?
content or not?
Am I gonna make a short?
Yeah. You might. Do you want me to invest?
Just check back and let me win.
Oh, so you don't want me to invest in content?
No, I don't want to have to pick off a bluff right now.
Luckily for us, he checks behind, and one by one, I turn over the 5. He turns over 8, 9 of spades. The king high was good. $900 coming my way, you guys. This feels like a Christmas miracle.
If I bet in full.
Ship over!
I was trying to make a straight on the river or even a pair. Little do I know that he was just trying to bluff me off the hand here with 9-8 suited. All right, queen 10 of hearts now from the button. There's a raise to $40. I decided to defend. And of course, the small blind's going to continue as well. We're going to pick up the big blind, so we're going 4 ways to a flop, which comes pretty good for me. It's 7-5 deuce with 2 hearts, and there's a bet for $70. I debate going for a raise here, but instead I just call. And it's a good thing I just called because now I have some options when the small blind, who goes by Trevi,
What are you doing, dude?
he has a massive social media following on Instagram along with his 2 other teammates. He jams for $480. We're going to lose the opponent across the table, and the action's back over to me with 2 overcards and the heart draw going absolutely nowhere. But Trevi turns over 2 cards I didn't want to see, A7 of hearts. And I tell him, once I make my hand, I'll show you the other card. The turn comes a 4 of spades, definitely not turning it over now. The river makes a flush. I'm being honest, I turn over my flush, but he obviously had me in really rough shape. I needed to hit a queen or a 10 in order to improve. I'm bummed to tell you guys I lost his $1,200 pot, but the hand kind of played itself. You know, I'm on the button here. I'm just calling. He puts it in for not much more money, and we got to go with the hand. We've got 2 overcards and a flush draw. $1,200 is going over Trevi's way. Nice hand, brother. Before we continue with the hands, we need to remind you what Wolfmas is and how you can enter. We're flying 7 lucky winners to Houston, Texas to battle me and my content producer Lucas on the prestigious Champions Club live stream. We cover your round trip flights, 2-night hotel stay, and your full buy-in on stream. Best yet, you keep 100% of the profit. It's a true once-in-a-lifetime free roll. There are 3 ways to enter. 1, make a comment, drop a like, and subscribe on all 12 videos. That's it. 2nd, sign up for Club WPT Gold using code Wolfgang. We will be including anyone who has ever used the code and giving you a 10-chip bonus for making an online poker account. 3, you can grab merch from my newest drop at shopwolfgang.com and save your order number. But here's the critical part. We currently have over 3,000 comments, but only 700 form submissions. If you do not fill out the intake form down below, you are drawing dead. Even if you comment or buy merch, you cannot win without that form. Go fill it out right now, and let's get back into the action. All right, this hand is really fun, you guys. Definitely hit that subscribe button because I think you might be a little bit proud of me in this one. Well, I'm not going to spoil it too much. I raise it up to $30 with Queen 7 of diamonds. My buddy Christian, who I played with at BYU when I went out there for the Holy War game, Utah versus BYU. And if you haven't seen that video yet, it's because I haven't posted it. Right after posting all the Wolfmas videos, we're going to get into Wolf Game Game Day 2025 edition. Remember all those really cool college game day videos where I played at frat houses and private games across the country? Well, I did it again this year. We're just a little bit behind with this massive backlog of videos we got to get through, but Christian was there. I put in the call here, and the flop comes Queen 10-8 Rainbow. Christian bets out for 210, and even though he's going to have all the better overpairs as well as better queens in a set of 10s here occasionally, I think I can't be calling with Queen 7 of diamonds in order to fold when I make top pair. So I put in the call. I don't love it. I just want to point that out in advance. The turn comes the Ace of Spades. What does Christian do here on the Ace of Spades? He starts with a check. Now this is very interesting. Is he trying to trap here with a pair of aces? Does he have ace queen also trying to trap? Is he protecting against king jack? I have no idea. I have a feeling he's playing this kind of tricky, and he has a really strong hand, and he was trying to give me some rope in order to bet. So for that reason, I check behind. You know, I'm going to take my queen to showdown if he lets me. But we see an interesting card now on the river. It's the King of Hearts. There's $630 in the middle, and Christian bets out for $300. And immediately this feels like a blocker bet. I feel like if he had a hand like ace queen, ace 10, he'd want to get some value, but at the same time, he doesn't want to go too large because he's scared of anyone having the jack. Having a queen in my hand, I kind of am blocking queen jack suited, and I don't really expect Christian to be 3-betting too often from the blinds with a queen jack offsuit variety. So, and if you're a good poker player, you gotta go with your reads. And when we don't get snap called, we are loving life, you guys. But at the same time, he still could call me and make an insanely good call. And Romulo picks up his cards. It's 2 aces, you guys. He freaking has the best hand in the game, a set of aces. Am I really turning queen 7 of diamonds into a bluff and trying to get him to fold a set? I mean, it's a 4-liner out there. He thinks about it for a while, and usually when people show their cards to the table, they end up folding, in my opinion. And so I'm really hoping that's the case here.
It's not like there's 100 cameras right now.
And sure enough, he mucks his cards, and we're playing the nit game, so of course I'm gonna have to turn the cards over, but I give Christian a little respect here and give him the option. If he doesn't want to see it now, I won't show it. But luckily, he wants to see it. I turn over the bluff one by one. The table goes nuts.
Skip over!
And more sick than that is I got this through. $2,100 is our reward. A lot of people watching might be thinking, Wolfgang, your son running this 12 days of Wolfmas, you're just up piles. That's a hand for you there. I turned a pair of queens into a bluff and got a much better hand to fold. All right, this next hand is a blast. I have 8-9 offsuit, and we pick up the action on the turn where I bink the 9 high straight. I'm playing against my buddy Poker Llama on my left, and across the table is none other than Kraken Poker from Mexico. He's friends with Trevi, who beat me with that flush in that earlier hand, ace high versus queen high. So I'm trying to get some of my chips back, and I would be happy to take it from Trevi's friend, Kraken Poker. On the river, I fire out for $300, trying to milk my opponents. Llama eventually puts in the call. Kraken thinks about it for a pretty long time before ultimately folding his cards. And of course, we got to give Llama the slow roll and make him think that his 3 of a kind is good.
Nice call, bro. Nice call.
And I fucked you over.
Nah, don't. He's fucking slow roll. You're a 6. I know he's slow roll. How the fuck do you have a 6? No, it's a good call. It's a good call. I have a busted flush draw. I busted it on the river. Busted flush draw on the river.
Show your neck.
Dude, show the 6. Show the 6.
No.
Here, can you turn that over for me?
This motherfucker.
My stack has ballooned up to $5,600. Remember, you guys, I'm only in for $3,000. And I look down at pocket jacks. There's no great way to play them. And I'm gonna play it in the funniest way I know how, by starting off with a limp. You guys might remember in the last video, I also limped in with a really good hand. And I think that's a pretty good strategy at these very aggressive games where people wanna get in the mix and put in raises for themselves. Let them do the raising. Some people will call, some people will 3-bet them, and then I can come in for a cheeky 3-bet or 4-bet myself. Well, Llama raises it up to $100. And unfortunately, nobody else puts more money in the middle, which just means I'm gonna have to jam on Llama. He only has around $800 in his stack, so I think it's pretty appropriate to do so. I don't wanna just call here or 3-bet small, and then he has a hand like King Queen, and the board comes Queen High, and we just don't know how to play against it. So I decided to put it in here. I wanna see all 5 cards, or 10 cards, because we decided to run it 2 times here. He says he has pocket queens. I troll him a little bit, telling him I have the same hand that I did against him earlier, pocket kings. I'm superstitious and I don't like to show my cards, so mine stay face down. The first board comes pretty great for us, where there's a jack on it. I make a set of jacks, outflopping his pocket queens. You guys can't make this stuff up. Normally I'm a run it once type of guy, but in these fun games, of course, I'm gonna pass it off to my opponent. Of course, it's not gonna come on the second board. And yeah, we're gonna chop up this $1,600 pot to end the night, and I couldn't have drawn it up any better. When we get it in bad versus queens, we're only gonna win that around 20% of the time. I win the first board, chop the second. That's 50-50, much higher than my expected value, so can't be too mad about that. And Llama, he just can't beat me tonight. He makes a comment about that as well.
Hey, who are you filming?
I can't beat this guy.
Hey, it's because I'm incredibly humble and generous.
When it's all said and done, you guys, this is what poker's about. Having fun, bringing people together from all across the world. Bianca and Romulo were from Brazil and speaking Portuguese the entire time. Trevi and Kraken were from Mexico, and of course they were speaking Spanish the whole time. But at the end of the day, poker is the language that we're all playing and all speaking, and I've made some new friends. You can expect some content from Brazil and Mexico coming up in 2026. But now you guys want to know exactly how I did. I got in for $3,000, and I cashed out for $5,410. So a profit of $2,410. That brings the total prize pool through day 10 up to $12,554, you guys. I started off this Vegas trip by losing almost $3,000. I was bummed. I tried to take a shot in Jimmy's 50-100 game, but I bounced back for you guys with back-to-back massive wins, bringing in around $5,000 in the process. Good luck on the felt, you guys. As always, I'll catch you tomorrow in Wolfmas number 11, coming to a close here very soon. Thanks for the support. Peace.